I'd like to take probably about 3 or 4 minutes to talk about GST, Goods and Services Tax, and how that operates in Australia. So firstly, Goods and Services Tax is a tax that's added to the price of almost all goods we buy or sell. Any good or service we buy or sell includes GST. There are some exceptions. GST is paid by the purchaser of an item, and it's collected by the seller on behalf of the ATO. And we'll look at that. So every time you sell an item, you also need to collect tax. Periodically, the seller must remit all the tax they've collected to the ATO. And as we'll see later, this can be deducted from any tax that you've paid. So let's have a look firstly at GST on a sale, then we'll look at GST on a purchase. So the rate of GST is 10%. What does this mean? Well, if your desired price of an item is $20, you must add $2, which is 10% of the $20 to the item when you sell it. So you then sell it for $22. So what do your journals look like? Well, cash at bank is $22, that's the money you've got in, and $20 of this relates to your sales, and $2 relates to GST you've collected on behalf of the ATO. So purchases, say you have purchased an item for $16.50. Here's some things we know. GST is already included in this price, and so we must identify the GST. The purchase price of any item has two components because we've told GST is in it. 1/11 of the purchase price is GST. In this case, that's $1.50. That's $16.50 divided by 11, and 10/11 is the actual purchase price of the item. In this case, that's $15. So what's that? There's 1/11, and then we multiply $1.50 by 10 to get 10/11, which is $15. So to record this purchase would be debit purchases $15, debit GST $1.50, and credit cash at bank $16.50, because we've actually paid $16.50 out. $1.50 of that is tax we've paid indirectly to the ATO. It's been collected on by someone else, but we've in fact paid that amount. So how does all this money get to the tax department? Well, at the end of every month or quarter, maybe sometimes even yearly, each business lodges a business activity statement. And this is where you work out the net amount you owe on GST and you pay that to the ATO. So all the calculations are done on your business activity statement, but let's have a look in our case. We've collected $2 GST when we made a sale for $22, and we've paid $1.50, and that $1.50 was included in our purchase of $16.50. Therefore, what we owe is we owe 50 cents tax to the ATO, $2 less $1.50. Let's look at the key points. The price of any item has two components. 1/11 is GST, 10/11 is the actual price of the item. So when we record items in our books, we've got to record the GST and the actual selling price separately. So here's an example of a sale, a cash sale. We debit cash at bank $11 because we received $11, but that $11 has two components. One is the $1 for GST, and the other is the $10, the actual selling price. I hope that helps you understand GST a little more. Thank you.